Maybe one day. Hey everyone, it's Griffin here, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day. So a couple of years back, while I was still a university student and started getting really interested in personal finance and investing, I, like many other internet goers of the 2016 period, fell victim to the idea that the holy grail of personal finance, being passive income, would allow me to retire early, drive fast cars, travel the world, and eat grapes poolside. Well, maybe not that last one, but I was definitely intrigued by how I could possibly create passive income to maybe one day achieve this concept known as financial freedom. But yeah, so instead of signing up for a 67-step guide to passive freedom, I chose to take a more conservative approach to this and hit the books. But I'm not talking calculus 2 here, I'm talking business books, specifically one that I devoured in a day or two, and it is this one right here called The Millionaire Fastlane. And if you're able to get past the extremely cheesy cover and title of the book, there's actually some really strong gold nuggets in here, so let's actually dive in. When you first hear the words passive income, there's probably a couple things that instantly come to mind, right? But in my experience, true passive income only comes in a select few forms. So let's talk about that. What really is passive income? Despite what you may have come to believe from reading blogs on the topic at 2 a.m., passive income is quite simply income, so money that's being generated continuously without you having to continue putting time and energy into that income source. But here's the catch. Passive income that's able to actually pay for your time off, or maybe even pay for that trip down to Disneyland with the kids, is not necessarily as simple to set up as they may appear, because 100% true passive income typically only comes in two forms, being dividend income from dividend stocks, as well as interest on cash savings, or maybe interest incurred from lending out capital. Of course, a massive inheritance or a trust fund,
I gave it all back,
can also come in clutch for passive income sources, but that's usually not what most of us are dealing with here. Personally though, my favorite of these 100% true passive income sources is dividend income that you receive for investing in companies that pay out cash distributions simply for holding their stock. For example, TELUS is one of my favorite dividend stocks, and they pay out $1.31 in dividends per year for each share held. And at a current share price of roughly $29.50, this gives the company a dividend yield of around 4.4%. Basically, this represents a 4.4% cash return on your investment without taking into account the market fluctuation in share price. So with this in mind though, your actual amount of passive income for investing in a dividend stock like TELUS, for example, is going to be directly related to the dividend yield of the company in question, and then also taking into account the number of shares that you hold for said company. And in the case of TELUS, if you held say 300 shares of this company, well, this would represent an investment of right around $8,850 for passive income of just around $393 in the year. Now you might be thinking to yourself, $393 in passive income, that's great, but doesn't seem like much. And to that I would say you're absolutely correct. It's not all that much in the big picture when you're working with small amounts of capital. And that's why 100% true passive income requires larger sums of capital to actually make a dent in your personal finances. And that's why it can take some time to build up to a true passive income source. You can't expect to just make a small investment and start creating $50,000 a year out of thin air. And to put this into perspective, the average American household spends around $5,100 every single month in expenses. So to entirely cover this with fully passive dividend income, we can do some quick math here to determine that it would take right around $1.4 million worth of investments at a yield of around 4.4% like TELUS to fully sustain your living expenses. And based on this logic, of course, the higher the yield, the less money you need invested, and vice versa. Personally, I like to invest in a variety of different dividend distributing stocks to average out my yield and also diversify the dividend income from different positions, while also investing in certain preferred share indexes, like for example, the PGX ETF, where the underlying capital doesn't really fluctuate over time all too significantly, but the dividend income is monthly as well as consistent. All of this to say though that this was the first main key that I learned in the Millionaire Fastlane book, being that anyone can create passive income with basically any sum of money, like you're probably already doing with your dividend portfolio as we speak right now. But to create significant passive incomes, you need to first be working with large enough sums of money to be able to create enough of this passive income through dividends and interest to really sustain your lifestyle. This is what's known as a fully passive money system. And don't get discouraged. This little money tree can absolutely be grown over time with consistent contributions and reinvestments of your dividends back into the further growth of this money system. Oh yeah, and did I mention that theoretically, once your money system is creating enough passive income each month to fully cover your expenses, well, you're basically retired, making this both a really exciting goal that can also be tailored to your personal lifestyle. Hey, speaking about all this passive income has actually got me really keen on mentioning today's video sponsor, because they basically allow you to create passive returns through cashback on every single one of your purchases, as well as 1.3% interest on your cash holdings within their savings account. I'm speaking about Neo Financial, which is a Canadian fintech company that offers unlimited cashback on thousands of merchants across Canada at an average of 5% cashback. That's like getting 5% off basically everywhere you shop, which is pretty awesome. Starting to earn cashback and rewards with Neo is as simple as downloading the Neo app, searching for partnered merchants, and using the Neo card to make your purchases. You'll earn your cashback instantly after making a purchase and can cash out your earnings anytime at your own discretion. What's also great here is that Neo Financial is 100% free to use with no annual, over limit, or inactivity fees whatsoever, making it extremely competitive in the Canadian fintech space, and it's accepted everywhere that takes MasterCard. And while Neo's partner list is constantly evolving and growing in size, some of their partners right now include StruckTube, Second Cup, Clearly, Well.ca, as well as Franken Oak. Finally, you can also earn 1.3% interest on your cash holdings within Neo's savings account that also offers unlimited free transactions and is completely free to use, making Neo an all-in-one place to earn cashback as well as interest. So if you're interested in high cashback and interest on your savings in 2022, make sure to check out Neo, first link down in the description, and it only takes a couple of minutes to sign up. All right, so we're all caught up with the concept of true passive income. And while you're working towards growing that passive income tree that is going to provide you with perpetual passive income, well, the second main key that I learned in the Millionaire Fastlane is the concept of active passive income sources. And although this sounds completely contradictory, passive active income is the idea of creating income systems that are able to completely separate the time invested from the income that's being generated, so that you can start making income around the clock while you're sleeping, playing video games, and enjoying time with family. These pretty much represent the closest thing that we can ever actually achieve to a real life money tree. And although theoretically any type of business or investment could be a seedling to a passive active business, there are two main fast lane business seedlings that I'd like to speak about. Starting with one of the oldest and most proven passive money systems, we have rental real estate, which has a passivity level of 4.5 stars out of 5, only behind a money system with a passivity level of 5 out of 5 stars. A real estate money tree is what I now consider to be Wealth 1.0, and is one of the most proven ways to become wealthy and financially independent and free, really, because you could literally be taking part in Elon Musk's new Martian colony, and each month with proper management in place will continue to get a check in the mail, giving you cash flows while also paying off the asset that's appreciating in value, because your time is fully detached from the income. Like a money system though, rental systems can also take decades to actually build up and put in place in order to fully cover your living expenses. But when you get there, you're looking at a multi-million-dollar investment portfolio and generational wealth. If you aren't interested in real estate or any other form of rental system though, not to worry, because there are other types of fast lane business systems that can get you to financial independence and passive income. The most notable here being a content system, which has a passivity rating of 4 out of 5 stars. And lucky for us, in the digital age, no longer do we need to be a successful author or magazine publisher to take advantage of the content system, because with the rise of the internet, everyone now has a platform and access to scale like never before, with blogs, social networks, and highly replicable digital products. In a sense, online content is what I like to call digital real estate. And no, I'm not speaking about the metaverse here. Rather, I'm speaking about how digital content like videos that I say publish on my channel live there indefinitely and continue to get traffic, which in turn hopefully creates more income. And the same applies to digital products, where through online distribution, higher traffic usually equates to higher income, and merging this with digital content turns into highly profitable digital real estate. And the beauty here is that time invested today reaps rewards for hopefully months and sometimes even years down the line. That is true passive income. So passive income most certainly exists, but the level of passivity is ultimately going to depend on the systems that you have in place. And what I'd love for you to remember here is that over time, over your career, you should be focusing on transforming your active as well as active passive income, if that's applicable to you, into a money system, being investments in dividend stocks as well as other forms of interest-bearing investments. Because remember that every dollar that you sock away is not just a dollar saved, it's actually an added pawn in your army of freedom fighters. And the more time and energy that you spend today and moving forward on building and growing your passive money tree, the sooner you'll be able to achieve financial freedom. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video, going over maybe a different way of speaking about these financial concepts. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd love for you to leave a comment down below letting me know what you enjoyed and what you maybe would like to see in the future. Also, if you enjoyed it, of course, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming personal finance and investment related videos. So with that said, don't forget to check out all the resources down below in the description. And on that note, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.